Hello everyone and welcome to our first episode in 2018. This is the Divi feature update live. So this is a show which comes to you live every Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern. So I'm really excited, this new year to bring you this first episode. And I hope everyone has had a great 2017 and also looking forward to a great 2018. Okay, so today I've got something really amazing. This is the new and improved visual builder. I've got a few things to discuss with you, and this is the latest update that has been done just a few days ago. So this is what we'll be going through in detail and show you the main features and how you can use these in your own designs. Fantastic. So I can see already we have quite a few people joining us. We have Farouk saying hi, hello, and we also have Enrico saying hello, Augustine. Yes, how you doing? So by the way, we are broadcasting live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments box below, and I will do my best to answer those questions as we proceed with the show. So I'm just going to check here and see if there's any comments on Facebook. So, okay. Right. Alan says, hi, Mag. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Also, I mean, if you can just put in the comments box where you are watching this live show from, that would be cool as well. Wow, we've got a lot of comments coming in. Okay, fantastic. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the show, we have a new and improved visual builder. And what we'll be covering today are the main features of this visual builder. So first of all, the new and improved updates are it's now responsive and fluid, which means you can use it on different screen sizes. There's also support for mobile devices and large monitors. So those of you that use large monitors like myself, I use a 27-inch. This is a really welcome update because, as I will show you, it makes designing much more exciting. Okay, so if you want to use this latest update, you have to make sure that you update to the latest Divi, and the latest one is version 3.0.93. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes when you go into your website, you may not necessarily see the update. So what you need to do to do the update is to, in fact, I'll just show you quickly here. If you go to your website, right here below the home or below the dashboard, if you click on updates, this will sort of like refresh and show you the latest updates that are pending, because sometimes they're not pushed automatically. So this is what you need to click and you will see the updates. Now in my case here, I've already updated my theme, so everything seems to be working fine. Okay, so what I'll also be doing is I'll be doing this example on one of my websites. So wow. Okay, I'm safe. That gave me a shock for a minute. Okay, so here I am. You can see Saad is watching from Morocco. We have Mamouna, I think, from Saudi Arabia. Amzad from Pakistan. We also have Farouk from India. So we have, as you can see, everyone coming from different parts of the world. And thank you guys for joining me today on this live show. Okay, so without wasting a lot of time, I'm going to dive in and I'm going to start my demonstration of how you can use these latest features. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start by going to a page which has content on it already. So I'm just going to come over here to pages, click on all pages. Now the page I designed for, or I set up is this SAS page. Now, as you shall see, this page that I loaded is from our layout packs. So if you want to use these layout packs, again, I'll leave a link in the comments box below so you can use this layout pack. The layout pack is absolutely free. Okay, so here we are in my dashboard. So I'm going to go here to my visual builder because this is where all the updates are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by showing you how our visual builder now, our settings panel now is adaptable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here on the settings icon so you can see now it fills the whole screen, right? So if I resize this window, what you'll notice is it's responsive. And then there, when you get to that point, it snaps, and then all your other information is there on the page. So you can actually go through everything that you need here. So that's one of our main features, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to snap it to the left. Now here's something that's really, really cool. Now, if I expand this settings bar, what you'll notice is we are going to have more of these features on the same panel. So I'm going to drag it here to the right. Now you can see that it has now revealed my settings for my design and also for my advanced. Now this is something that we didn't have before, and this is really, really welcome because as you can see on a large screen, you can now divide your screen into half and then start designing as you're seeing everything right there before your eyes. So you can see here that our content, design, and advanced tabs, these are all open, so you can go ahead now and start making all your changes. Now this happens to your sections, modules, and rows. Okay, so I'm just going to close this for now. Okay, now let me show you another really, really cool trick. Now, if I go in here again into my settings bar, into my settings window, I can actually drag this and position it to different points on my screen. Okay, so let me show you how to do that. Now, first off, if you're just looking at this, you may think that, okay, where are the actual changes? But the changes come when you start dragging things around. So let me show you how to do that. So here, if I click here on the top bar here, I can actually drag this and place it here on the top. In fact, or on the bottom like that. So now we can see that I've just snapped it to the bottom, and it also has all my panels open, and it's also responsive. So look at this. If I do that, we can now start designing our page. So let's say this is a vertical monitor. You can now use this with your settings right here on the bottom, okay, like that, which is really cool. So you can go into your design tab, go into layout, and do all those changes. Okay. So this can be dragged to your right as well. So right now I've just unsnapped it. So all you have to do to enable to let this snap is to click on this area here and then just drag it. Like right now, I've dragged it all the way to the end, and now you can see it's now snapped to the end. If you want to unsnap it, what you need to do is you just click here on the top and then just drag it to where you want it to be. Okay, so so far, what do you think about these latest updates? If you really like it, just give me a 1. And if you don't think that it's not really cool, it's okay. Just give me a 2. I'm interested to see what you guys think about the changes so far. Okay, so I'll just go on to the comments and see if there's any questions so far. Okay, I'm starting to see a lot of 1s. That's exciting. So I can see here that you really like the update. So I'm really, really pleased with that too, because this is an update which when I loaded it up on my website, I was really excited to see these changes too. Fantastic. So I'm just going to go over to YouTube and see if there's any questions here. So far, Judith says, cool update. I love it. Awesome. I love it too. Okay. I can see also a lot of thumbs up on YouTube, which is fantastic. Right. Okay. So let's take a look if I. Alan says much better. Fantastic. Okay. So let's continue and let me show you how you can snap the settings window. Right. So let's go back to our website here. And the settings bar can be. In fact, I'm going to close this for now. So here's the thing. So over here on the bottom here, we have the settings bar. So again, if you click this once, right, what it does is it expands and then it shows you all these other things that you can do here. You can go here into your different modes and so on. But the update now is you can actually drag this and put it wherever you want. So it may be you prefer working with this on your left or your right or on the top. So again, it's quite easy to move this. So all you have to do is to click on the X and then hold it down and then just drag it to wherever you want it to go. Now, I'm not sure if this is clear enough, but you can see here that a new circle has appeared, just showing you where you can add this. So if you just drop it in there, there you go. Now you have your settings bar snapped to the left. So all your settings now can be found here. So you can do all your changes here like that. Okay. So this is something that you may prefer when you are working with the Visual Builder. Now it not only snaps to the left, you can also snap this to the right if you wanted to. So as I drag this, you can see here that circle has come again. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's really close to where I have my my settings bar. Right, so if I drop it there, you can see now it's snapped all the way to the right. And I can also do this to the top. So I'm going to drag this to the top. And again, you can see that circle there showing you where you need to drop it in. So okay, if I drop it in there, now that's where my settings bar is. And I can continue to do all my changes if I wanted to here like that. Okay, but in my case, I've just gotten used to having this on the bottom. So I'm just going to drag it back all the way here to the bottom like that. So these are the features so far. And again, I'm going to show you the responsiveness. So if I just go into one of my image settings here. Now, let's say I drag this like that. You can see now that it is responsive. So what this means is you can use this on different devices. So let's say you want to do a quick change to your website on an iPad. You can actually now start using this because it's now fluid. And by that, it means that whatever is on the screen here adapts to your screen size. Okay, so right now you can see here it's looking big because I have a large monitor. But if I start dragging this, you can now see that it is readjusting, and I still have all my features there. And then it snaps like that. So I think this is really, really cool. Okay, so let's take a look if there's any questions. As I mentioned, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments box below, and I will do my best to respond to those questions. Right, so I'm just going through here and see if I have any questions. Is there a way to set up behavior on different devices? This is from Sergio. Now, there is no way of setting up the behavior on different devices. However, these changes of the builder, they adapt because they're fluid. So whatever device you're on, it just adapts to whatever screen size it is. So there's no need to actually go in and make a setting for, let's say, an iPad, an iPhone, or laptop, for example. So it just adapts to the screen. So that's something that's intelligent that we've added into the Visual Builder. Okay, let's take a look if there's any more questions here. Michael says, Mike says, what mic are you using? Great sound. I can't remember the model, but this is a Rode. In fact, it's here. It's Rode NT5. Yes, that's it. Rode NT5. It's just off my screen, but it's just right above here because I noticed that the big microphone that I normally use, it's right there in my face and it takes a lot of space in front of me. So that's why I use this. So again, it's the Rode NT5. Okay. I'm just going to go to Facebook and take a look if there's any more questions there. And here I have a... I'm just taking a look if I have any more questions here. Louise says, you work with 2 monitors. Yeah, actually, yes, I do work on 2 monitors. Because on one of the monitors, this is where I control my live stream, and then on the iMac is where I do the demos. Sander says, "Hi Mac, does all the changes to the Visual Builder affect the normal backend builder?" Actually, no, it doesn't affect the backend builder. These are just updates to the Visual Builder itself. Okay. Eduardo says, when come the layout catalog? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't know. Maybe you can rephrase that question because I'm not sure what you mean by that. Okay, I'm just going to check here on Facebook, on YouTube, and see if there's any questions here. It looks like we do have quite a few questions. I can't pronounce the name here, but the question is, do you have any planning for modal? Again, we have a lot of updates that we are working on, but I can't be specific and tell you which updates we're working on right now because, to be honest, I don't really know. But I can assure you that we have a lot of updates in the pipeline, which will just increase or improve your design experience and features as we move on. So there's a lot coming up. So if you're just joining us, this is the Divi feature update live, coming to you every Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern. This is a show that we cover in detail any updates that we have to Divi. So I go into detail and show you in depth how you can use these updates on your own design projects. Okay, so I'm just going to continue here with questions to see if there's any questions. Enrico says, what about the library in the Visual Builder? I'm not sure what you mean by what about the library. Do you mean like is there an update in the library, or I'm not sure? Or are you asking where the library is or how to get the library? So if you can just expand on that, that'll be cool. ZLK Music says, is that true that Elegant Themes is going to open the marketplace in 2018? Actually, yes, we have plans to open the marketplace. I'm not 100% sure the dates, but this is something that Unix, I think, push to how to push 3.0.93. Can't see it on my local install. Now, as I mentioned before, what you need to do is, if you can't see it, what you may need to do is to go to your WordPress dashboard, and then here there's a button which says Updates. If you click it a few times, what happens is it refreshes, and this can actually help push that update if you don't see it straight away when you log into your website. So that's how you can get it. Let's take a look here. Will it be possible to save and retrieve items, articles, pages from the Divi library in the Visual Builder? Actually, yes, you can. And let me show you how to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to come over here to my site. I'm just going to snap this to the left because I prefer it that way. Right, so over here, there's this little button here when you expand, when you click on the expand settings, right? So if you click this, this is where you get your portability. So you can actually export and import your layouts. So let's say you want to download one of our layout packs that we have on our websites that we've been giving away for free. This is where you come and you can import them this way, okay? So that's where this feature is. And let's say you want to add the layout to your page. Right, in fact, let me just I'm not sure if I answered that correctly. Let's take a look. ZLK Music says, I knew it, but I wanted to hear my name pronounced in English. Okay. Sebastian says, hi, while using the Visual Builder, some of the modules don't appear or do not reflect the actual placement. Now, sometimes when you're working on your website, what you may want to do, let's say, let me just try and replicate that. So if I come over here to my settings, like that. So let's say I'm working on this and something doesn't work right here. What I normally do is I come over here to my wireframe view, okay? So this is where you get to precisely see where everything is, and then you can actually click here and do your precise settings. So, I mean, this is more like the back-end builder, but because it has everything that you need to make all your custom changes. So this is where you would come in and do all your changes. And then once you're done with that, you can always go back by clicking this desktop view. And then that just takes you back to where you were. So if you find that there's a few things that are not really like working, or something's not right, that's what I normally do. Just come over here to this little icon here, the wireframe view, and then that allows you to precisely go in and make that change. Also, you can use, in fact, let me go in here and show you. If you come over here to these three little dots, you can set up your builder so that you activate your grid mode and click mode. So by doing that, if you come over here now and you click, in fact, let me activate click mode. If you actually, you can see these dark gray lines now starting to appear. This shows you precisely where things are. So if you click it, it then lets you work on that precise thing straight away. So in fact, let me just show you that again quickly. If you come over here to these three dots on the bottom left, you can activate these custom builder settings. So these are the ones. So you have your normal hover, you have the click mode, and you have your grid mode. Okay, so that also allows you to precisely see where things are. And just to do one quick demo here, I'm going to activate my click mode. So here you can see as I'm hovering, I can now precisely see where things are on my page. So if I click on this, I can now go in and make those changes. So those are the few sort of like quick tips that you can use to enhance your design experience while using the Visual Builder. So if you're just joining us, this is the Divi Feature Update Live, coming to you every Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern. This is a show where we go in depth on the latest updates to Divi, and I help you show you how to use these in your own project. Okay, so I'm going to take a look and see if there's any more questions here. And If not, pretty much we're going to round up the show today. Sam Sebastian says full width header module, third-party plugins is not visible in the Visual Builder, whereas it's present in the Divi Builder. I'm sure it is, but I'll just take a look in a minute. Let's take a look if there's any more questions here. Aldin says, Mac, I've noticed that sometimes the settings bar doesn't appear when clicking the floating icon. When I press Control S on the keyboard, it does appear. Any fix to this? I'm not sure about that. I haven't experienced that, to be honest. But if this is the case and is happening all the time, this is something that you may want to raise with us so we can add it. We can add it to or forward it to the support team or developer, sorry, and they can do some updates to because this could be a bug. So I mean these things happen. So if you can forward it to us and explain what exactly the problem is, if it's still happening, that we can let our developers know and they can make those updates. But as you know, as we do all these updates, it's not just the features that come with these updates. We also fix the bugs that we may have from the previous Divi. So Gad says, answer my question, please. Scroll up. Okay, let's take a look. Is it possible to create a slide logo image on the top navigation? The answer is you can do a custom header area and do it that way. But in this actual episode, we're just mainly focusing on the Divi Visual Builder. So yes, it's something that could be done. Yes, but you have to create a custom header for that. Okay. Let's take a look if there's any more questions here on Facebook, and if not, looks like I have quite a few questions here. I'm not sure if I can pronounce his name well, but this is Krista. Says, hi Mac, do you have a guideline somewhere about targeting? Yes, we actually do have a lot of videos in our library where you can take a look at. Oh, hang on. Is this targeting as in the sense of advertising, or are you talking about our feature that we have specifically on Divi where we can do split testing? I'm not sure about that question there. Sorry about that. I mean about the name of elements. Right. I think Krista here expands the question here, says, sorry, do you guys have any guidelines somewhere about elements name to targeting elements, so the easiest way to find the exact element when I write my own CSS? Okay, let me just do something quickly here, and because I think this is what you mean. So I'm going to come over here to my website. So let's say I go into my module settings. Here we have a search options. So this is where you can type in what you're looking for, and you can use this search bar to get like the specific thing that you may be looking for. Like for example, here I've just typed in CSS, and you can see here it's brought up the CSS ID class before CSS and so on. That relates to this text settings. So I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but if that's it, yes, you can use the shortcuts here by just searching in the search options. So again, let's say it's something to do with padding. If I start typing here PAD, there again, custom padding shows up. So hopefully this is what you're asking. If not, can you please add that in the comments box again, so I can take a look at that. Raymond says, you guys are so cool. Go Divi. Thank you very much, Raymond. Okay, it looks like pretty much we've covered all the questions. So I'd like to say to everyone that joined me today in our first live in 2018, thank you very much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate that. Please tune in again next Monday. I'll be live on Facebook and YouTube at 6 a.m. Eastern. So thank you very much again for watching. If I haven't answered your questions here, what I'll do is I'll do my best to just respond to those. And the questions that I don't have answers to, I will also forward these to our support team, and we will be able to support you with that. Okay, so once again, I'd like to say thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate your time, and see you again next Monday. Take care.